guys, if you're seeing this part, you're catching the replay. I'm not claiming, we're just talking. I'm going to talk about why it is that I've decided to become an independent LuLaRoe retailer. If you are watching this part, you're either watching the replay on Facebook or you're watching it on YouTube. Hi guys, I'm going to give everyone a second to pop on. We're going to get this shared up all the places, and then we're going to get started. I'm really excited to talk to you guys about this. Hi, Miss Christine. Hi guys. My top 25 customers already know. I shared with them right before I came on live. Hi, Miss Judy. So Miss Judy already knows. Hey, Lori. Miss Lori knows. Good morning. Hi, Sally. Hi, guys. All right, I'm just going to take 1 second, get this shared up, and then we'll get to it. I know, I love you guys too. Hey, hi, guys. Hey, Lauren. I'm getting all my notifications are coming through for all of my newsletters and stuff. Hi, Miss Shelley. Hey, Amy. Hi, guys. I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode. I'm a little bit nervous about that, but I think it should be okay. It should be okay. Hi, Jan. My sister's on. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Miss Macy. Good morning. Okay, let's see. There we go. Gonna share this. Hi, Michelle. Hi, guys. Hey, Sally. Hi, Kathy. I bet some of you guys never thought you would hear me say that. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Miss Kathy. Let's get this into the group. Sorry, guys. I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode, and of course, I got a phone call. That was definitely a fail for sure. Good morning. Hi, guys. Okay. You did? That's so funny because I actually had, oh my gosh, Sally, was it really? That's so funny because I actually had several people ask if I was going back to Agnes and Dora. And if you followed why it was that I resigned, then there wouldn't have really been a way, for me to do that and feel good about myself. I left for an integrity issue. So I did have several people ask that. So I was like, no, girl. And then I've had a couple people ask about other clothing companies. I'm so glad you did. I'm glad that you guys guessed. I didn't want it to be so shocking that everybody was like, wait, what? I think it makes sense. I'm going to talk about it in just 1 second. Let me just get this into the groups that we normally share into. And okay, I've shared it into the group, and let me just share it on my personal page because I know some of my girlfriends a lot of my girlfriends actually don't shop with me. Hi guys, good morning. And some of you guys might find that interesting, but actually my best friends are not shoppers of mine. They like my clothes, they like what I do. I put it in the heading Chastity, but actually I've decided to join LuLaRoe as an independent retailer. Okay, hey Lou, don't worry about it. I actually have I have a printout of everyone's information. You're not gonna lose it. I'm gonna transfer it over. I was just hoping to kind of get everyone moved through their credits as possible so that we didn't have too much finagling with the new system. Hey, Miss Lisa. Let me just get this shared to my personal page real quick so my girlfriends, one of my best friends was talking to me this morning. I'm really excited, you guys. Thank you for being patient with me for a couple minutes. I want to share it to a page. I want to just share it. I want to just share it to myself. Okay, here we go. I think we're good. I already had my coffee this morning, so I'm good. You guys knew it? Oh, I'm so glad. Are you guys excited? It's actually not letting me share it to my page. Okay, so let me tell you the story. Okay, so first of all, there actually is on my YouTube, and I'll post the link in the comments. I actually did a YouTube 3 years ago entitled "Why Can't We Be Friends?" And I think it's more than an hour long. And I had just joined Agnes and Dora, and I was seeing some success there. And I was really so disappointed and confused as to why there was like this weird rivalry. Really, it was, in my opinion, it was Agnes and Doran to LuLaRoe, not the opposite. LuLaRoe's always been so much larger than Agnes and Doran. There's like, the competition kind of went the other direction. So, but there was this really weird thing where like, we actually used to joke that it was kind of like Voldemort. Like, you couldn't say LuLaRoe. There actually was like a rule. You couldn't say like the name of the company on any other Agnes and Doran like company page or anything. In my opinion, I just didn't understand it. It was like Pepsi's motto is to beat Coke. It would be like if you were at Pepsi and they're like, do not say the C word. It was like, we all kind of joked about it. It was kind of like haha funny, but it wasn't really funny. But here's the thing. I started with direct sales when I was with Janberry. And this was back right when I had Logan, and Logan is 5. It was the other company, or the dark side we called it. All of that's going to be really funny in a second when I tell you the whole story. So I started with direct sales back when I started with Janberry. Janberry is a nail wrap company. Still love nail wrap, still love cute nails. And I like kind of discovered that I sort of like found my groove. Like I enjoyed coaching, mentoring, and having a team. It kind of fulfilled like a need in me to like have my place in the world. It just wasn't quite the right fit. This is a Mimi, which I did not know what it was until a couple weeks ago. And this is actually what made me fall in love with the company. So, but I had a couple hundred people, and I did a couple $1,000s a month. And so it was sort of like a salary. But I got to do it from home. But it wasn't really the right company for me. So I resigned from Janberry, and I took a year to research other companies. I knew I wasn't going to hop from one thing to another. I was not interested in that. I also wasn't interested in you guys know I was in a what I would categorize as a highly abusive relationship, marriage. And I needed to use this to help me get out of that. So $200 a month wasn't going to do it. Okay. I needed like a big girl salary, and I wasn't worth anything in the marketplace. The last job I had before I joined Agnes and Doran, they paid me $9.25 an hour. Not enough to support 5 kids. Now, I'm not sure that's enough to support 1 adult. So that's why I was compelled to do a business in the first place. And I had all these kids, so I couldn't just go work from home, and I couldn't afford to go back to college. And so all of these things were like blockers for me. So while I was actually with Janberry still, a girlfriend of mine, Heather Hall, I love Heather. She had a party, an Agnes and Doran party, and there was actually a male rep, and I had no clue what it is. I had never heard of it. All I know is that by the time I got around to checking out the party, it was sold out and over. And I was like, huh? I was so used to companies that like you just go on their website and you can get anything you want anytime, that honestly, like I just didn't even bother like paying attention to the time of the party or anything like that. And so I was kind of annoyed. I was like super annoyed by it. And I was like, I didn't even really give it a second thought. Then a girlfriend of mine said something about, do I know about LuLaRoe? And then she connected me with a friend of hers, and this was all in Connecticut. And at the time, there was like 3 reps in Connecticut. Okay? I mean, talk about like what ifs, like rabbit trail, and we won't even go there. There were 3 reps in Connecticut. You put in your zip code on a map, and there was like 1 person for every state. Okay? This was like 5 years ago. So I actually set up to do a party with this girl. She was supposed to come to my house and do a party. It snowed the day that she was supposed to do the party, and I had a really narrow driveway, and I lived on a really windy road in Newtown, Connecticut. There was no way anybody was going to be able to come to my house, park, and like no one was even going to show up for this party. So we were supposed to reschedule it, and then we didn't reschedule it, and honestly, I lost interest. I hadn't heard of LuLaRoe again. We weren't friends, so she didn't contact me again to set up another party, and that was the end of it. Until several months later, I moved to Alabama. My older sister, Jan Humphrey, she was like, girl, you have to check out LuLaRoe. I think I'm going to join. Hey, Jen. And I was like, oh, I know about that. I almost did a party. And she was like, check it out. So I look at it, and this is what I thought. I missed it. I needed to join 6 months ago, a year ago. There was like 4,000. It went from like 400 reps to like 4,000 reps, like that. And I was like, man. And then also it was $5,000. And some of you guys that have followed me, you know how hard it was for me to come up with $2,500 to join Agnes and Dora. 5,000, like I really couldn't conceive how I was ever going to come up with that money. It didn't feel like there was ever going to be a way to get that much. I could figure out how to get 2,500 really fast if I could sell it really fast, but 5,000 was more money at the time than I'd ever seen in a bank account at one given time. It's kind of hard to believe now because I've sort of experienced more highs and lows than that, but it felt so inconceivable. Thanks, Miss Jen. That I would ever be able to come up with that kind of money. But I did join the queue. I filled out my paperwork. I joined the queue at the time. They had like a 2 to 3 month wait, and it was $5,000, which you kind of needed. I would have needed 3 months to try to finagle how I was going to do that. Hi, guys. And my sister did join. So she would have been my sponsor. Towards the end of my time in the queue, I was doing non-stop research. I mean, I watched every single YouTube video you could find. I was stalking girls on Periscope. Like, I was an expert on the company. So I thought, okay. And as I was kind of getting close, I didn't have enough money to join still. I was feeling stressed out. I didn't know how I was ever going to have enough money. That's when I saw somebody post on their personal page that showed up in my newsfeed about Agnes and Dora. Had never heard of the company before, ever. So I decided to research it. It looked to me at first, this was my initial reaction, and I've said this multiple times, it's recorded for all the world to see, it seemed like a copycat to me. Didn't know anything about the companies, didn't know anything about the history, background, or whatever. That's what it felt like to me as the first time seeing it. When I looked at it more, I realized that yes, it was clothing, and yes, it was direct sales. Thanks, Miss Chastity. But there were a lot of differences, and I named those differences. I go into this, like, if you want to hear me drone on about the differences between Agnes and Doran and LuLaRoe back 3 years ago, just go to my YouTube because there's hours worth of footage of me talking on Periscope about the differences. But at the time, there were some differences. One of them was the money. It was only $2,500 to join Agnes and Dora. It was $5,000 to join LuLaRoe. Also, you didn't pick your you didn't pick your patterns with LuLaRoe, and with Agnes and Dora, you did. And at the time, that was compelling, especially for someone who had very limited resources. Hey, Miss Maureen. So there was a lot of reasons why at the time I felt that Agnes and Dora was the better opportunity. And quite frankly, I think I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. That's truly how I feel. And I'll get into that a little bit later. But so I decided to join Agnes and Dora. I joined, I grew, my sales were they were $9,800 the very first month. Then they went to like 13 or 14, like 15 or 18, and then 20, and I never dropped below $20,000 in retail sales a month since the very first time that I joined the company. And I was really proud of that. I mean, that was just my hard work and dedication. And I grew a team. I coached and developed that team. It became the largest team in Agnes and Dora history. I became, as they've stated on many occasions, their top rep by a series of my sponsor, her sponsor quitting and or being terminated, other reps leaving, and then the teams kind of collapsing. I ended up with close to 1,200 reps at one point on my team. There was so many things about it that I loved, and there was a lot of challenges too. And I'm not going to get into any of the negatives. Quite frankly, if you want to hear negatives about any company, all you have to do is Google them. There's plenty of people that like to talk smack about every company. And like, you guys know this, especially you guys that have businesses, like, if somebody has a bad experience, they run to Yelp. If somebody has a good experience, a lot of times they don't even tell anybody. So I really don't want to get into like, well, this person and that. All I know is that I resigned from Agnes and Dora because there was a personal integrity issue that was directly impacting me and my business. That really only impacted me and my business directly in terms of making it appear as though I was part of something that I felt was very unethical and didn't speak to my integrity. So it had nothing to do with what somebody else said or what somebody else did or like what this person did or shipping times or inventory, nothing like that. It was personal. When I did resign for Agnes and Dora, we didn't have a backup plan. I got information. I felt very strongly that I needed to act on that immediately, and I did, without a backup plan, without a savings account, without money for inventory, without a plan. And so we had to really quickly figure out how we were going to support the family because my Agnes and Dora income was very high. Many months it exceeded $20,000 in profit a month, and to go from that to nothing overnight was quite difficult. And so we really were scrambling. I never wanted to ever be an independent boutique owner. Ask my team. I've coached my team, my 1,000-person team for Agnes and Dora, that independent has a lot of negatives attached to some positives. The positives being like sourcing your own inventory, having full control over your inventory, and then not having to worry about a team. But those weren't things that I enjoyed. I actually enjoyed all of those things at Agnes and Dora. I enjoyed other people sourcing inventory. I enjoyed being able to coach and train and mentor, whether people were on my team or not. As a matter of fact, I've actually taken on coaching somebody that has an independent boutique. She's not paying me. I'm not taking any money, just because I enjoy helping people. Okay. So there was just a lot missing when I removed, when I resigned from Agnes and Dora, a lot was missing all of a sudden that I really, really enjoyed, and I was having to do things I didn't like. I don't like sourcing inventory, not a fan. I've been to the biggest markets. A lot of you guys know I was just with Agnes and Dora helping them sell their inventory at the market in Vegas, which is really one of the biggest markets for wholesale inventory in the world. Nothing about that is exciting to me. It wasn't fun to go. It wasn't fun to look around. That's very overwhelming to me, and it's just not something that I would enjoy doing on an ongoing basis. So as we kind of got going into the independent thing, I really just felt I was having more panic attacks. I started having more panic attacks. I started getting super stressed out. My sister could tell I was really stressed out. I was up in Pennsylvania. I really didn't honestly know how I was going to address any of that. I was up in Pennsylvania at my grandfather's funeral, and I was sitting in our bed and breakfast, and my sister pulled this out. I was sitting on my bed, and she was sitting on her bed, and she gets in her suitcase, and it's cold, okay? She gets in her suitcase, and she pulls this thing out, right? And she sticks it on. And I was like, what is that? And she's like, a Mimi. I'm like, what's a Mimi? And she's like, LuLaRoe. And I'm like, shut up. And she's like, no, I'm serious. And she gets up, she hands me this, okay? And then she puts on a mustard colored one. And it's chenille. It basically is a blanket that you can wear, and this one's made out of chenille. I put it on, and I was like, oh my God, I kind of love it. And I was like, can I steal this from you? And she was just like, yeah, I brought it for you. And I was like, oh my God, I really love this. This is LuLaRoe. Is it new? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh. And she was like, I brought you some other stuff too. And hold on, I got a couple things over here. Okay, so she brought me this. It's a Liv graphic tee. Then she brought me these plaid leggings. For those of you guys that know, I love plaid. And so I was like, oh my God, what's up with their stuff now? And she's like, they're doing a bunch of stuff with styles. And I'm like, shut up. And she's like, no, they really are. And I was like, I know, but they're such a mess. And then I said this. And this is exactly what happened, okay? I said this. Do you guys remember at the beginning of my divorce, I decided to leave my marriage, and I went to my sister's house in Tampa. I ended up being there for 7 weeks. It was quite crazy. And my now ex-husband, he tried to get me fired from Agnes and Dora. He pulled out all the stops to try to get me fired from Agnes and Dora. And I'm sitting in my sister's house, who's a LuLaRoe, she was a LuLaRoe rep. And she had 3,000 pieces of inventory. And all I remember thinking is, I remember sitting in that room, and I remember thinking, if he manages to get me fired, it's gonna be okay. This inventory is gorgeous. My customer group will lose it over this inventory, and I'll just sign it for LuLaRoe, and I'll make it work. I will find a way. I will put my head down and I'll figure it out. I don't care what the challenges are, I'll figure it out. Well, fortunately, the company had enough faith in me at the time to listen to my side of the story and not just take his, and so I wasn't ever fired from that company. I wasn't terminated. So I did stay, and I really never gave that another second thought. I never really thought about that again until this moment on the bed when she hands me the Mimi. And so I said to her, I kind of love it. Can I keep it? And she's like, yeah. And so I was like, so I was actually just telling Pal, I was like, I kind of wish things would have been differently back when I was getting divorced, and something would have happened with Agnes and Dora, and because I think my customer group would have really responded to all of your inventory, all of your LuLaRoe inventory. And she was like, well, why aren't you thinking about it now? And I go, no, can you imagine? And then I was like, can you imagine what would happen if a former top Agnes and Doran rep decided to switch to LuLaRoe? Like the don't say the word out loud, like Voldemort. I was like, it would be crazy. It would be crazy. So I was like, I really need to know that there's some changes. I was like, because what I've heard is not super positive. And so she like walked me through a bunch of stuff, and I looked at a lot of the new inventory, and I was super impressed, but still kept my mouth shut. Okay. So I did a lot of research. I went ahead, I got my name in the queue, which just means that you're waiting to join. There's a waiting list, waiting to join. It was gonna be $2,500. I needed a little bit of time to pull that together because I'd actually just spent that on inventory for my independent boutique. So I needed to get that stuff sold so I had the money to join LuLaRoe. So I had some things I need to keep in place. I talked to the mentor that's on my sister's team, she's just like, it's like a leader rep. I asked her a bunch of questions. I found out about like shipping, quality stuff, inventory management, team stuff, like the crews that they have, all those things. And the more that I talked about it and asked questions, it just felt right. I felt really good about it. And it looked like there was going to be like a bunch of roadblocks. That's what it looked like from the outside. But every time I'd get up to one, it disappeared. And then like a door opened, and then it disappeared, and a door opened, and it disappeared, and a door opened. And actually a couple hours before I officially put my name on the queue, the company actually changed to a $499 onboarding package. I was like, oh my gosh. That's just like, for me, it was a sign that it was where I was supposed to be. So I'm really excited about it. I am still in the queue. I have an appointment to make my initial inventory order on November 18th. They make an appointment with you. So on November 18th, as soon as I place my initial inventory order, I'll be an official LuLaRoe independent retailer, is what they call them, us, whatever. But until then, I needed to tell you guys what was up because I wasn't going to be stocking any new inventory for my boutique. So, and I knew you guys would wonder what the situation is because normally I have new inventory coming in every week. So I wanted to share with you guys why I wasn't going to have new inventory coming in, and then also let you guys know what was going on. So if you're interested, you can follow me. And if you're not interested, you don't have to follow me. Follow somebody else. They've totally upped their game with their patterns. They've totally upped their game with their styles. Quite frankly, I thought they were done. Now, some of the reason why I thought they were done is because I was listening to some things that I'd heard in like the Agnes and Doran universe. I've since had enough experiences to know that maybe some of those things I shouldn't have listened to. Just saying. There hasn't been 1 second of doubt in my mind since I made the decision. I'm super excited. I feel really good about it. Pal and I both really feel like this is where we're supposed to be. I know, and I have some personal friends that maybe have had different experiences. I haven't had a different experience yet. And I don't plan on having a different experience. I'm excited for the ability to work with sister reps, whether they're on my team or they're not. If I grow a team, that'll be exciting and awesome. If I don't, that's okay too. I'm excited just to be able to just be able to purchase and stock and sell their clothing. If I wasn't excited for that, it wouldn't be something I would do. Quite frankly, I had a bad enough experience with Agnes and Doran at the end. The reason why I resigned, that I was so turned off to the entire industry, it was hard for me to even open up my mind and consider it. My sister had to get me to fall in love with the product. She knew she couldn't say anything to me unless I fell in love with the product again. And I did. So I'm really, really, really excited. I'm super excited. I am just, it's only $499 to join now. It's really ridiculous. But I love you guys a ton. I really appreciate you guys supporting me and hanging out with me. The last year has been something. We experienced kind of a slowdown with our Agnes and Doran business, and then the business model changed, and so there was a lot of kind of turmoil and upheaval, and then it ended with me resigning on September 16th, and you guys know the story. I've told it several times. It was just simply an issue I felt where my integrity was at question, and I was unwilling to accept that. I just wasn't going to accept that. And because of that, it left us in a situation where we instantly needed to try to replace our income. And the most logical way of doing that was to buy wholesale and to sell retail independently, although it's nothing I ever wanted to do. Some of you guys are former Agnes and Doran reps on my team. I coached my team on multiple occasions why independent is so difficult and why they should reconsider going independent if they were thinking of going independent. And I meant every word of that. That was not Kool-Aid. That was not smoke and mirrors. I meant every word of that. Sourcing inventory, having to be in charge of all of the marketing and all of that stuff. It's, quite frankly, for me, it's a nightmare. I don't enjoy it. And so I'm really glad to get rid of all that craziness and just be able to focus on the customers again. So I'm really excited. I'm super excited for you to see all this stuff. I know, Chastity, I remember you guys. And I think that's my story. If you are on my newsletter list, you have just been bombarded with a series of newsletters, giving you all kinds of links and information. I know, I'm so excited, you guys. I really, really, really am. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then all those links are down below. I wanted to wait until I actually got my inventory to tell you guys, but I just couldn't. I couldn't wait one more second. So the onboarding kit right now is $4.99. It's a minimum of 65 pieces. But okay, so here's why the inventory kit's so cool. It doesn't matter what pieces you buy. You have to get at least 65 pieces. Thank you guys. I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. And honestly, I couldn't wait one more day to tell you because some of you guys know this. Keeping secrets kind of feels like lying to me. And I've just been really excited and I really, really want to tell you about it. Thank you. I'm really excited, you guys. Pal's been so happy because he can tell I'm so happy because I truly feel like this was my path. I really do. I genuinely feel like for me, if I can look back on my journey and I'm not I don't regret any decisions I made. I think all of it happened for a reason. Quite frankly, I learned a lot of what not to do at Agnes and Doran, even just as far as having a team. I loved my team, but I wasn't always the best leader. And hopefully I can fix that. Hopefully I can do better. Even if I don't have my own team, hopefully I can just be a better sister rep and have a better community. So I'm really, really, really super excited. I'm really excited about it. Have I said I'm really excited? So it really just feels right. It really does. But yeah, the styles are really cute right now. Super, super cute. Okay. Oh, so here's the onboarding thing. So the onboarding thing is, when you join, you have to get a minimum of 65 pieces. Okay. And it doesn't matter what pieces you get, it's $4.99. So these are these mimis retail for $60. So you could get 65 mimis and it would still be $499. You would just get a really, really, on November 18th, I'm officially a rep. I will be officially an independent retailer when I place my onboarding order on the 18th. Right now I'm considered a QB in the queue. So you could theoretically get 65 mimis and you would have paid $7.50 for them, which is outrageous. That's crazy. Or you can do the opposite and you can get less expensive wholesale pieces and get more pieces than the 65. But you have to get a minimum of 65 pieces. So it's a little bit strategic. And a lot of you guys know, if you were on my Agnes and Doran team, you guys know that my favorite thing to do is go over numbers and be super strategic in my brain about marketing and stuff. So I've just been calculating out all the different kinds of orders that I could place and what would be the best for everybody. I'm really excited. I really am. And I still love this Mimi. My sister gave it to me a couple weeks ago and I've worn it every day and I still love it. You still don't pick your patterns except for that they've totally upped their game, you guys. I think you guys know I can't get away with having crappy inventory. I have too developed a customer group to have crappy inventory. So when I went through some of the LuLaRoe reps that I followed in the past, and my sister gave me some other people, I kind of poked around at patterns and stuff that are out. I looked at a bunch of people's. They have a website and everything. That's why I'm not using Comment Sold anymore after today, because they have a website and everything for me. So after I poked around at a bunch of people's websites and saw the actual pieces, I was like, okay, I actually love this stuff. It's really cute. And I will admit it. I will admit it. There was a period of time where it was messy over there. But they went and growed up. They got all grown up on us while we were busy doing Agnes and Dora. I was so focused on staying in my own lane and worrying about that company, I truly didn't pay any attention to what they were up to. And I'm going to tell you what, I think that I'm super impressed. And I have, now that I've been in the queue and I've been going through the onboarding, can I just tell you how impressed I am with their onboarding system? I get like automatically generated emails. I have access to back office. I've just done an entire training on how to get started as a rep from the company. Company training sent to my inbox on a schedule. I was like, what is this? It's like they're organized. It's kind of like they're wanting reps to sell clothing. I don't know. It's kind of like they're providing tools for people. It's so cool, you guys. They called me for my first onboarding call and I was like, can I just tell you guys, I'm so super impressed. Like, you guys seriously have your together. And she was like, thank you. And I was like, she was able to tell me on my first onboarding call, she was able to tell me the name of the person that was going to call me to place my order, the day, and I picked a time. I have a day and a time and a person that's going to help me pick my initial onboarding kit. I was like, you guys are legit. So I was super impressed. I really am. I super am. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. They're cycling through new styles a lot faster now than they've ever done before. It used to be like they kind of had these core styles and they just put out new prints and core styles. They do. It's not that they're not doing that, but they're having a lot of new styles come in too. They've totally switched it up. I think you guys are gonna go bananas for it. I really do. I am so excited. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I'd be happy to answer questions if anybody has questions. To me, some of like kind of the whole like what it used to be is kind of irrelevant. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, girl, it's not just leggings. It's not just leggings. Macy, they have denim. They have so much stuff now. They have layering pieces. They have like what's like a kind of like a boyfriend card. They have a ton of stuff now. A ton of stuff. I don't want to discount anyone that's had a negative experience. I understand that. I had a very negative experience with HQ, with people at Agnes and Dora. I will say that I don't want anyone else to make decisions on what they're going to do because I had a bad experience. If you're having a great experience with Agnes and Dora, I want you to stay and be awesome. I want you to stay and rock your business. I'm going to support you. And I would hope you support me. Just like I support you, whether you're independent or you're with Matilda Jane or you're with Agnes and Dora or you're with LuLaRoe, that's my desire. Now, I'm not going to make a decision about what I do with my life and my family's income because somebody else had a bad personal decision, although I am going to take that into consideration when I consider a company. But I also am going to say that every company has ups and downs. Every company has messy middle. And if we all made decisions off of things that happened in the past with other people, like, what kind of life would that be? So I'm not going to choose to live like that. I feel really good about the company right now. I can stand behind the company as they are now. I'm really impressed by them. I think that I believe that they've learned from some mistakes that were made, just like I would hope I've learned from some of my mistakes. So, and I did. And I would encourage you, if you're interested in like what my thoughts were about Agnes and Dora and LuLaRoe 3 years ago when I first joined, go to my YouTube and watch the video called Why Can't We Be Friends? Because I was pretty clear that I love both companies and I love both products and I'll always be a shopper at both companies. At the time, I just chose Agnes and Dora as the better choice for me. So now it's different. The situation's changed. I'm really thankful that enough things have happened in my life to encourage me to have an open mind and consider things that I've previously said I wouldn't do, because this is one of those things. When I resigned from Agnes and Dora, it never crossed my mind to ever consider LuLaRoe. It never crossed my mind to think about it, to look at it, nothing. It wasn't until my sister grabbed this Mimi out of her suitcase and wrapped it around herself, and it wasn't until she handed it to me and I literally said, I think I love it. It wasn't until that moment that it was maybe I should think about it. Maybe I should consider it. I just want to be a buyer. Yeah, for sure. Seasons change. People change. Companies change. It's my greatest wish. One of the reasons why I've never turned this on and just started bashing Agnes and Dora is because I want everybody to be happy and successful where they choose to be. And if you can be happy and successful, yes, my big sister is my sponsor. If you can be happy and successful, Agnes and Dora, I want you to be, girl. I want you to be. I brought most of those people into the company, and I want them to be successful wherever they want to be. I encourage them. I encourage people that I talk to stay with the company. But I would hope that same thing would apply for me too. For sure. And I do. And, I won't use words like forever home because I've used that in the past, and I think I've been taught the lesson one too many times, never say never, and never decide today what's going to happen years and years from now, because you just don't know. But I can tell you right now in this season, this is the best choice for us, and I feel really good about it. I'm really excited about it. I feel like it's where I'm supposed to be. And I really think that most of my shoppers are going to be super impressed with the product. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Can I just say, we missed it because it's Halloween, and so all the Halloween stuff is gone, but can I just say that they had Halloween hoodies that had glow-in-the-dark stuff on them? I'm sorry, I'm kind of a sucker. I know, my husband said the same thing, Chastity. He was like, I'm just so excited to see you excited again. He's like, I haven't seen you excited for over a year. I was like, it's true. It's true. I haven't been. I have not been. And I'm a sucker for stuff like that. These are my favorite leggings. My sister gave me these when I was getting divorced. Hold up. Okay, I wear these all the time. I wear them out of the house with my Uggs. There's no shame in my game, okay? These are my favorite leggings of all times. Okay, the Cheshire Cat. And I get it's not for everybody, and not all day, every day do I wear Cheshire Cat leggings, but you know what? I do. I like them. And I think life's too freaking short to worry about what other people think. I think life's too damn short to do something you don't want to do, or not do something you do want to do because you're afraid of what people are going to say. I'm not going to live like that. Okay? I said no to all that nonsense when I paid almost $50,000 to divorce somebody that I would categorize as highly abusive. I decided that I wasn't going to let other people make decisions for me anymore. I'm not going to. I'm going to make my own decisions. I'm not going to let a company attach my name to something and do something unethical and without integrity and attach my name to it. I'm going to say no to that, and I'm going to resign immediately, which is what I did. And I'm not going to not join a company because years ago other people had bad experiences, or because somebody might not like me. Don't care. If I'm not your cup of tea, there's a lot of other people out there. You're not my person. I want to find my people. Where are my people? I feel like I have a lot of my people, and that's who I want. So I'm kind of done with the inauthenticity of it all. And I stayed with Agnes and Dora for as long as I could be authentic. And the first moment that I couldn't be authentic, I resigned. And I feel really good about this. I'm really excited. I know, right? So that's my story. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Housekeeping for, I know. I love them. So, housekeeping notes on my boutique inventory. So now you guys know why I've been discounting my new boutique inventory. Obviously, as soon as I get my LuLaRoe inventory, I can't sell that inventory one more second. So I have until the 17th of November to sell you guys the inventory that I have on hand. I would love to be able to get cost back for it at least, but if I can't, then we'll go from there too. So the shopwithlauren.com is up right now. It takes you to comment sold. Everything is between $5 and $20. I have stuff that I paid $25 for marked at $15. Okay, I have stuff that I've paid $20 for that I have marked at $15. So I would definitely go on there and check it out. If you've seen anything recently that you like, it's still up. That site will be up at least through today. If I can get this site to stay up until I'm with Agnes and Dora, I will. I love you, Sue. I told you I was going to mic drop. Girl, me too. Amanda, the jeans are sold out. Hopefully the jeans restock before I order my initial inventory. If they do, I'll get all 65 things of jeans. I will. I totally will. I do love Sassy Sassafras, and I own the name. We own that business name, Sassy Sassafras and Sassy Sassafras Boutique. I switched it to Shop with Lauren temporarily because so many people know my first name that I do. Nicole, I actually have a Judy Blue order that's coming in early next week before I'm officially a LuLaRoe rep. Bootleg ones that I had already pre-claimed a couple people for, so that stuff will be coming too. Anyway, so the Shop with Lauren, if I can keep the comment sold stuff up until I officially order, I will, but if I can't, then I won't. Maureen, I decided to join LuLaRoe. All right, you guys, I'm gonna hop off so that I can get on. It's so good. Nicole, you won't be able to miss them. I did order a couple pairs in all the popular sizes, so it should be good. Yes. Oh yeah. So I decided to keep the Shop with Lauren name for right now, just because it's another company in the same industry. So many people do know my name from Agnes and Doran. I wanted to keep the branding of my name for right now, but I did keep some of the components, like the colors of the Sassy Sassafras and like the crane. That crane is a symbol of like healing and freedom. So I really liked that. That Japanese paper crane has a really cool story attached to it. I know, Nicole, all you have to do is measure your waist. Take a tape measure and measure your waist because that's the size. And pretty much everyone that's done it that way has done it. I won't be using Comment Sold with LuLaRoe because LuLaRoe has their own invoicing system. It's called Bless. It's really cool. It's a website where you can shop just like you shop with Comment Sold. It's really dynamic, you guys. I love you guys. And I'm really excited. Okay, I'm gonna hop off because I have a couple other things I need to do to push out some notifications. Saturday is usually my personal day. I like to hang out with Pal, plus a bunch of you guys ordered stuff last night, so I want to try to get as much of you guys shipped before noon as I possibly can. Shopwithlauren.com will always be my website, okay? Lauren at shopwithlauren.com is my email. Shopwithlauren.com is always going to be my website. The groups and the business pages are all up. All those names match, so it should be pretty easy. You guys do not want to miss the inventory that's coming, though. I will start giving you some sneak peeks as soon as I get stuff in. And then I get to order my onboarding inventory on November 18th, but my sister is a LuLaRoe rep, so she's going to be sending me some little sneak peeks of stuff so I can try stuff on and show you guys too. I really am, you guys. I really am. I truly am. I hope that you guys all love me and support me enough to support my new journey, even if you're not a shopper. You don't have to be a shopper with me to support me. Quite frankly, some of the best supporters that I have don't shop with me very frequently, and some of them don't shop with me at all, but they just come and hang out. Like they're just present, and they're just like the push I need in the right direction. Like Miss Cat. So I would love to build a team again. I would be really excited to build a team again. If it happens, I'll be really excited. If it doesn't happen, that's okay too. I chose this company originally because I could make money selling the clothing and not ever have a team if I didn't get a team, because I didn't want pressure to have a team. And so that's my plan now. If it happens organically like it did with Agnes and Doran, I would welcome it. I love to do it. If it doesn't happen organically, I'm going to train and coach and mentor my sister reps, just like they were my own little baby reps. I know, Janana's an awesome sister. Claire, are you so shocked? All right, guys, I love you. I will come back and answer questions later on the replay. If you're seeing this on YouTube and you're like, who is she talking to? This was originally a Facebook, and I was asking and answering questions that I saw on my Facebook Live. All right, you guys, love you guys so much. Thank you guys for all your love and support, and I'm really, really, really excited for my launch. I order on November 18th, so I should be launching a couple days after that because I'm in Alabama and the warehouse is in South Carolina, so I should get my inventory really fast. All right, you guys, have a great Saturday. I will check back in with you. Don't forget, there's still some inventory at really, really cheap prices at www.shopwithlauren.com. Barb, hi, love. Miss Barb Miller is from Periscope days. Bye, guys. Have a great day.